Welcome back to the channel Spain Unlocked, and welcome to the sunny and gorgeous town of Campello, next to Alicante in Costa Blanca, Spain. El Campello is a town on the Costa Blanca of Spain, within the Valencian community. It is more or less a 20-minute tram ride from the city of Alicante. This is a place that many people use during their holidays, and actually there's a lot of vacational properties situated in this area. Thus, what you will see right now is going to be slightly quieter version of what the beach of Campello area looks like during the peak summer months. Usually in winter, many of the businesses here are closed, and they're only opening up during weekends or whenever we come closer to the Easter holidays at the beginning of the summer season. But now, since we are already heading towards mid-spring and Easter holidays will be starting very soon, you can see that the situation shifted completely. Bars, restaurants, cafeterias, many places have opened up. Finally, we have a better weather here than the one that we used to have for last few weeks. It is sunny, nice, quite warm, which is why there's so many people here on the promenade. Overall, those of you who are interested in Campello, as of early 2025, this area has approximately 31,500 residents, with a steady increase in recent years actually, and a significant part of the new population comes from abroad. Obviously, there's many people coming here from Russia, Ukraine, Colombia, Venezuela, adding to the already diverse community that includes many British, attention, French, Italian, German residents, and there's also people from United States out here and even Canada. Foreign nationals make up nearly 20% of the town's population. That's how diverse it actually is. In general, Campello is really popular, and there's a reason why. It has over 23 kilometers of coastline, and it's really widely known for its beautiful beaches, relaxed lifestyle, and growing popularity amongst both locals and international residents. It's full of services and is close to the city of Alicante, with nice public transport, a wide range of restaurants, bars, cafeterias, and much more. Also, its economy is strongly based on tourism, obviously. No surprise, because we are in a coastal town, plus real estate, which is also not a surprise. There's many new developments and new buildings rising up here, residential complexes and houses, villas. Thus, real estate is also a very important part. And there's also increased projects on technology and sustainability, which is also very important for the region as a whole. The town promotes entrepreneurship through its business support center, offering assistance with permits, grants, and startup support. Plus, their daily services are excellent, with public healthcare centers, private clinics, many supermarkets, sports facilities, the beach obviously, schools, and a growing number of international businesses. Even so, as you can see, in these buildings right here, there's plenty of apartments that are absolutely closed, shut down. There's no one there simply because these are holiday apartments for many people who are living up north in País Vasco, somewhere in Asturias, or even in Madrid. Many people are coming here on holidays during Easter, during summer months, or maybe a couple of weeks, few weeks during winter season. And the rest of the year they stay where they usually live for a whole time. One of the main town's attractions is the beach where we are right now, even though in today's video we'll be showing you also the second and third lines of the beach, which is the whole area of Playa de Campello. This is a stunning beach of over 3 kilometers long, known for its golden sand and active atmosphere. It's also ideal for water sports like paddle surf, kayaking, windsurfing, and kite surf. And there are quite a few establishments here that offer these types of sports and activities here on the beach during the peak summer season. The promenade also features fitness stations, beach volleyball courts, and the beach is fully accessible, which is a great news. Another highlight is Carrer La Mar Beach, which is located near the marina and the old fishing quarter, offering a quieter, more traditional Mediterranean types of style, which is the one that we can see right in front. This is where the port of Campello is actually located. Plenty of things to do, plenty of things to see here in Campello. And properties here actually are still slightly cheaper than they are in Alicante and way cheaper than the ones that you can find in Benidorm, Altea, Albir, and other stunning coastal villages and towns here in province of Alicante in Valencian community. For example, as of March, which was just past month, 2025, average property prices in Campello were around 2,819 euros per square meter. That is for the purchase, and it's a 7.8% increase from the previous year. In prime areas like Playa Mucha Vista, which is where we're right now, prices are higher due to demand and proximity to the beach. Rental prices do average, though, more or less around 12 euros a square meter. So if you would want a 100 square meter apartment, 2-3 bedrooms, that would be 1,200 a month. That is a lot. Everything that is below 10 euros per square meter is actually quite a lot. And it's also showing a 10% year-on-year increase. This might reflect probably Campello's rising status as a sought-after place to live, invest, or retire thanks to its beautiful surroundings. It has a solid infrastructure overall and relaxed coastal lifestyle. And the climate here is also a typical Mediterranean climate with mild winters and hot summers. Obviously, the beach line is something that is more touristy. As you can see right here, some of these buildings are for sale. Others were adapted as a touristic apartments of a kind. And then the bottom area, all of it is basically different businesses oriented to tourists. That is how it goes. And then on the second, third line of the beach, you start seeing supermarkets like Mercadona. There's also Aldi, Lidl, and much, much more. Banks, pharmacies, places to just buy fruit and fresh seasonal veggies. There's market, and nearby in the city center, obviously there's also health center, cultural center with a lot of events. There's even a place that has dance classes in the evening where you can learn traditional Spanish flamenco. Many different options are available for you here in Campello and also here in La Playa de Campello, the coastal part of the town. And now, while we're heading towards the second and third line of the beach to discover more about this neighborhood, we will let you know different prices that properties have right now here in Spain and in this particular area of Playa de Campello, so that you would be able to compare with your local prices or check out which area fits your needs the best. In this particular district of beach of Campello, there's many different options. Some of them are, for example, this one right here, which are slightly older options, okay? This place is an apartment, 3-bedroom, 108 square meters, and it's 140,000 euros. Then we have new promotions like these ones that will be built, not just yet. They're selling it, pre-selling it on plan. That's how it's called in Spain. However, probably by next year, maybe hopefully, there's going to be a brand new building right here on this corner close to the beach. Let's continue with the apartment we were talking about. This was an older style apartment. You would need to change a couple of things, but it's 140,000 euros for a 3-bedroom apartment. That's not bad at all. 2-bedroom apartments are available from 171,150 euros, 73 square meters. This is a low floor apartment. And 3-bedroom apartments, 85 square meters, more or less the same, probably even in the same building, I would dare to say, cost the same amount. So either 2 or 3-bedroom apartments, both of them are supposed to be low floors, but one is slightly bigger, exactly the same price, which is kind of strange. Then we have slightly bigger or smaller apartments that are available for you here. 2 and 3 bedrooms are not the only ones. For example, this one here, 195,000 euros with garage included, 1 bedroom, 47 square meters, 4th floor with an elevator, which is absolutely great. 130 meters from the beach, and it's quite a nice apartment. It's not too old though, has some nice views, and it's been refurbished not a long while ago. 4-bedroom apartments are also available. In this case, it's 4 bedrooms, 125 square meters, 1st floor, 273,000 euros already, and it's quite an old apartment, I must say. Would need a nice refurbishment unless you like this type of typical old school Spanish style. And then there's a lot of other options such as duplex or an attic. These options usually tends to be quite pricey because it tends to be last floors, and this means that there's way less neighbors and way less noise. The cheapest attic that has just been put in place not a long time ago, has been published not a long time ago, is this one right here, 245,000 euros, 3 bedrooms, 96 square meters. This is the last floor, and it's in exactly the same building, I feel, like the previous apartments, which is interesting because the floors are exactly the same. I suppose it's a brand new building where all the apartments are for sale, which is quite strange. Then you have duplex option, which is probably last floor, but with 2 floors instead of 1. 2-bedroom only, but 157 square meters. And that is because on top of it, they have a huge terrace. And this is exactly the same building once again. Something's going on with this building. It's so strange. Probably it's a brand new one. And if it's not a brand new building, then it would be kind of strange. But I suppose it is. And then there's way more other options with sea views, 259,000 euros, 3 bedrooms, 90 square meters for the attic, and much more. Prices rise up to 725,000 euros for this spectacular attic. This is like a dream come true. 3 bedrooms, 130 square meters. This is directly on the front line of the beach. Look at the views. You cannot even see people walking down the street. You can see just the immense, never-ending Mediterranean Sea. This is a perfect place, but that is why the price is what it is. And obviously there's a couple of houses here too. Not everything is apartments, but these houses tends to be quite old, and if not, they're really high priced. For example, houses such as this one, 265,000 euros, 2 bedrooms, 83 square meters, located not too far away from the beach either. And then independent house next to the sea, 290. The other options would be already the independent houses that are located right here on the beach, and it's 875,000 euros already. Brand newly built ones, 950, and from there onwards it goes up until more than 1 million a house can cost in this particular region. For rentals, it is slightly more complicated, I must say, because this area has a lot of touristic rent, which means that these are not available for a whole year of your stay. But don't worry, there are still some options. It's just that these are slightly more expensive than a touristic accommodation option. For example, here you can see there's a chalet, like a house for 750 euros a month, but that is a short-term rent. Another short-term rent, another studio short-term rent. And then we start seeing first one, which is 800 euros a month, 2 bedrooms, 70 square meters. This is a long-term rent already. And starting from there, more or less from 850 euros, 900 euros, it's where you start seeing some properties for winter rentals. And from 990 for a whole year long, here you can see 104 square meters, 3 bedrooms, 2nd floor with elevator, garage included, which is a plus. They even have a video here of the property, and it has sea views. Very nice, family-oriented property right next to the port. And from there, we can see 1,000, 1,200, different types of pricing, but more or less from 1,000 euros is when you see slightly more whole year options, such as this attic, 1,400 euros. It's a duplex attic on the second line of the beach, 3 bedrooms, 117 square meters, sea views, long-term rent. So there are some options. It's just that these are not as cheap as they were previously here in the area of Campello, because it is slightly more popular now. Many people are searching quieter locations for the winter, something for a whole year round, close to the beach in a nice climate with many different services. You have a tram here, you have a bus. Tram is great if you want to travel towards Alicante or any other northern coastal cities, towns, or villages. There's pharmacies, as you can see. There's an easy road towards Alicante. There's different types of supermarkets and everything that we mentioned previously before. Some of the accommodation options here are also closed residential communities, such as this one here, which means that they might have even a swimming pool inside and the gardens. But others might not have it, especially closer to the beach. And here you can see, slightly outside the beach, just 150 meters from it, we have Lidl and Consum supermarkets, by the way. 2 of the most popular ones, including Aldi and Mercadona, which are also quite close to the area we are at. So plenty of services to enjoy if you will choose this area to live and relocate to Spain. Let us know if you've enjoyed it. We hope you enjoyed today's video from the beach of Campello. Not only we've shown you the beach area itself, but also the surrounding streets, everything that the area of Playa de Campello actually means. There's a lot of houses, even with swimming pools, with gardens, tennis courts here, different accommodation options for you to choose from while relocating to the sunny Costa Blanca in Spain. A lot of supermarkets and other services. Thank you for accompanying us in today's video, and we'll see you in a new one very, very soon. Goodbye.